Hello friends, and welcome to your December 2022 TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. I hope you are well and I hope you are excited for December TarotScopes as I am excited to start recording them. So just to give you a little bit of housekeeping as to what it is, how it works, and what you can expect over the next couple of minutes. This intro, everybody gets the same intro just to save me from repeating things 12 times. I record 12, and I'm showing four fingers, I don't know. I record 12 readings using the same structure, the same method, the same process, the same tarot decks, etc. I record 12, and I want to show four fingers again. I don't know what's up with me with that. So I record 12 videos, one for Aries, going all the way through to Pisces. I stick this intro at the beginning of each of them, and I release them, giving you insight into the month ahead. We are obviously into the last month of 2022, and it is super exciting to be at this place. So what I've done, instead of our standard kind of TarotScope structure, I've actually created a bit of a spread that's going to help you to see what was the lesson of 2022. Have you achieved that? What do you still need to do to overcome it? What do we need to take with us into 2023? What do we need to leave behind? And a couple of other things, okay? So I've sort of thrown together this ensemble of a spread of a reading, and I'm going to do exactly the same reading for each sign of the zodiac. If you're on YouTube and you open up the description of this video, you will find links to all the other zodiacs. So if you want to watch for your friends or your partners or your children, or somebody, your worst enemy, to see what it is that they need to deal with or what they are going through, you can do that. So all of them will be in the description below. And you can just go through and watch as many as you need. I do encourage everybody, when I do the month ahead TarotScopes like this, I do encourage you partway through the month to sort of come back and just do a quick check-in. All right, I know I do TarotScopes on a weekly basis, but then is categorized by element. So for the month ahead, I like to do full videos for each sign of the zodiac. I also, when I start the recordings, I set the intention that it be applicable to your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. So if you do know what your things are, if you do know what your alignments are, you are welcome to watch all of those. So yeah, whatever is applicable and appropriate to you. So I do generally just do the 3, sun, moon, and rising, because then it just gets too complicated if we go any further than that. So when I'm shuffling and when I'm doing the videos, I do set those intentions. I am going to work with 2 amazing tarot decks for this particular reading. The first one I'm going to work with is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. Now, oopsie, I nearly dropped it there. This deck is just amazing. Let me do that, then the camera will hopefully focus. The artwork is just gorgeous. The artwork is just beautiful. And it's got quite a whimsical fantasy type of feel to it. And then to pair it with, I'm pairing it with the Tarot of the Hidden Realm, which is just as gorgeous, just as beautiful. I hope the camera's focusing because I can't see. And just as whimsical, just as fantasy related. So I thought these two will actually work so well together to do the reading. Like I said, I've got a whole lot of questions written out. I am also going to include an oracle deck as well. So, it's going to give you a lot of insight in how best to end off 2022. We are then obviously looking forward at 2023. So when I do the January TarotScopes, which I will release sort of the last week of December, in that last week of December, I will release the January TarotScopes, and there we're going to look forward at the whole of 2023. So this one for December, we're basically looking backwards. We're looking at 2022. What do you still need to achieve? What was the lesson? Have you done it? How are you doing? What do you need to leave behind? And what do you need to take ahead with you? So I do hope that you are going to enjoy the readings. If you do enjoy the reading, all I ask from you is a thumbs up. I love comments, so if you do want to leave me a little comment, that would always be greatly appreciated. I do read them all. I don't always get a chance to reply, but I do absolutely read every single one of them. And if you would like to leave a show of gratitude, you can. Just over here somewhere on the screen will be a super thanks button that will allow you to leave a a donation, a tip, if you may, a way of showing gratitude for the insight that you have received during the video. So I'm now going to flip the camera around so that you can see the table and that you don't necessarily have to see my face, because I do need a lot of space to show you all the cards. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to get started with your zodiac. I'll see you there. Sagittarius, hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what December has in store for you. So I am using the Tarot of the Hidden Realm, and I decided to use this one as the main deck. I know in the intro I said I was using the other one as the main deck, but I changed my mind. I do have it off the side here, and I also have an oracle deck close on hand, which I will use at the end of the reading just to finish it off. So I am using Tarot of the Hidden Realm. I have quite a few questions that we're going to work through, Sag, so just giving the cards a shuffle, and once I'm happy with the shuffle I'm going to put them down and then I'll just draw cards straight off the top. We're going to take a look at 2022 and December. What do you need to still finish off? What do you still need to complete? What is going on so that you can step forward into the new year with confidence? Right. Happy with the shuffle. Cards are cut. Let's place them just over there that they're out of the way, but you can still see them. So Sagittarius, our first card that we're drawing is a card that's going to describe what you need to leave behind in 2022. So is it a situation, a circumstance, an energy? What is it that you need to leave behind in 2022? And Sagittarius, we have got the 10 of Swords. I mean, come on, look at that card. There is just so much emotion there. She's like, I could almost hear her screaming in frustration. Look at the white knuckles, is how hard or how tightly she's holding her sword. And she is just belting it out. She looks like I wouldn't want to cross her, hey? So, Sag, the message that comes from this particular card for you is that as we completing 2022 and as we're moving into 2023, this is acknowledging that you're feeling very frustrated and very much like there's so much going on and you don't quite know where the one end starts and the other one stops. So the 10 of Swords is the card of saying, I'm ready to give up. I've given my absolute all. I've done everything in my power. I've done everything I can, and I'm at that point now where I'm just ready to quit. I don't know how much is left in me. I don't know how much more there is left, okay? And this is also acknowledging that 2022 has been a really difficult year. It's been hard, it's been challenging, it's been complex, all of those kind of things, okay? But we want to make sure that this frustrated energy, this angry energy, this is not taken forward into the new year and that we leave it behind in 2022. So something in your life is triggering this kind of a response, this kind of a reaction from you, and this is what needs to be left behind. So leaving behind is one thing, but obviously there are certain aspects of you, there are certain aspects of your life or situations that you are going to take into the future. So let's have a look and see what energies can you, should you, will you take with you into 2023. And here we have the 3 of Pentacles. Oh, can you see how the energy is just so much calmer, just so much smoother, just so much lighter and happier? You know, here he is a master craftsman, okay? He is making these beautiful bangles and he makes them all one by one. But he also understands that he couldn't make the bangles if somebody else didn't make the anvil, if somebody else didn't provide the metal. You know, he understands the bigger picture of the things, but he also knows the role that he plays in that. So going forward, you're feeling very frustrated. You're feeling currently right now, you're feeling very frustrated. You're feeling as if things don't quite go according to plan. You're feeling as if things aren't quite working out the way that you want them to. And there are thoughts of just throwing in the towel and giving up. That energy we are leaving behind in 2022. But moving into 2023, you are going to realize the role that you play in the bigger picture. And you're going to carry that in, like, you know, almost saying that, okay, I'm not in this alone. I'm not doing this on my own. I'm going to rally my friends together, my family together, my people together, and we're going to work together to overcome the challenges. So diligent, hard work, team effort is the energy that you are going to take into the next year. So that's interesting, Sag. So we've done a leave behind, a take forward. Now what I want to do is I want to do a card that's going to describe for us the lesson of 2022. So the lesson that created or caused this kind of contradiction, okay? Because to me, I see these two as quite a strong contradiction. So what is the overall lesson for you? What has it been for 2022? And the lesson has been the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is the card of partnership. It's the card of two people coming together for the same purpose, for the same goal, for the same outcomes, but they come together as equals. They come together as partners. So it's not specifically about love and connection and relationships as it is about partnership. So the Two of Cups is the card of saying working with somebody else. Now it's interesting that we had the Three of Pentacles here, because this is the card of realizing the role that you play in the bigger picture, which is then the partnerships that you're working on. But when you tackle things on your own and when you try to do everything by yourself, that's when this frustration is going to set in. So 2022 for you has been all about having the understanding around working with other people, finding a way, finding a balance between working with on your own or working with other people, because that has been the lesson of the entire year for you. So Sag, I like that. I like that for you, because you know what? Nobody wants to work on their own. Nobody wants to take on everything by themselves. And finding people that you can work with, finding people that you can connect with and gel with to achieve a good positive outcome is really, really important. And when you try and tackle things on your own, that's when things just get really, really tough. So the lesson of 2022 for you has been about teamwork, has been about connecting with other people, joining forces with other people. And if you have been single, I would imagine it's been about learning about relationships and connections with others. If you are in a relationship and have been for the whole year, then I would imagine your relationship is now on a different level as we get to the end of the year. Or is it? Or is it? We're going to draw some more cards on that in a minute. But before we do that, I want to know so that is our lesson of 2022. What is our lesson of 2023? So moving into 2023, what is the main lesson that we have to learn? And here, we have the Three of Swords. Oh, friends, Sagittarius, Three of Swords is not fun. Nobody wants Three of Swords energy in their life. So Three of Swords, I mean, here's this lady. She is beautiful. She is dressed exquisitely, very delicate, sheer kind of clothing on her. She's got a cape on her shoulders as well. She's got a beautiful flower crown, and she's looking quite fine. She's holding on to these roses, and you can see the kind of thorns that these roses are carrying. And look, she's cut herself and she's dripping blood all down herself. Three of Swords is the card of sorrow, of heartbreak, of disappointment, of tragedy, okay? So that's telling you 2022, Sag, has been about connections with people. 2023 is going to be about how those people disappoint you. And I say that because we're letting go this energy, all right? We're leaving that behind. We're not taking that with us. The energy that we are taking forward is the energy of collaboration, of working with others, of connecting with others, and realizing that you are just a cog in the wheel. So the lesson for 2023 is going to be how to deal with the fact that other people are going to disappoint you, how to deal with and how to overcome and how to work through the disappointment, the sorrow, the pain, and the tragedy that is inevitable because you're choosing to work with other people. So 2022, we've gathered people, we've collaborated, we've connected with people, and 2023 is going to be the lessons of that experience. So it is a continuation. Now, we can't change it. Being aware of it means that you can lessen the effect, okay? And the quicker you learn the lesson, the quicker you move into holiday mode, all right? So if you're able to figure this out and to learn this lesson in January, you will then have 11 months of no tragedy, no heartache, no disappointment. But yeah, I don't know how quick it is to learn the lesson because we're still in 2022. We still have the whole of December to go, right? So we have an entire month still of this year. So let's not get too fixated on the future. Let's focus on current year. Lesson for this year has been partnerships, unions, connections, working with other people. How have you done with that? Let's go there first, because if you haven't finished this year's lesson, you're dragging it into next year, and we don't want to be doing that. We don't want to be doing that, Sag. All right, so have you completed the lesson of 2022? The answer is no, Sag, not yet. So here we have the Five of Wands. Now the Five of Wands is a fun little card, okay? First of all, we notice that there are 5 children climbing the same tree. Now, ordinarily, you would think that they are climbing the tree just because they feel like climbing the tree, but actually it's a competition. It's a competition to see who can get to the top first. It's a competition to see who can kick who off. And it's really not about the end goal of climbing the tree. It is a competition and a race and a challenge to see who can get there first. And that tells me that you haven't mastered this lesson of partnership, of connections, of working with other people yet, because you've been so fixated on competing with everybody. Okay, so your focus has been on competition and competing and beating somebody else, making sure that you get there before they do, instead of collaborating and saying, hey, you know what, if I help you and you help me, we both win at the same time. We both can have success. So this is definitely saying, unfortunately, Sag, that you haven't quite completed the journey. You haven't quite learned the lesson, I should say. That there is still some more lessons and learning that you need to go through, that you need to experience, because things aren't quite as they should be. So if you want to make sure that we finish off 2022, the lesson, the experiences, the learnings that we needed, if you want to make sure that you finish that off the way that you need to, stop trying to beat everybody else. And you will know what part of your life this relates to, whether it is personal, whether it is finance, whether it is family, friends, whatever it is. You will know what aspect of your life are you. And if you are completely uncertain right now, if you're thinking like, I don't know, I'm not a competitive person, I don't feel like I'm trying to compete with anybody, over the next couple of days, you're going to start paying attention. You're going to start becoming a little bit more mindful of your interactions that you're having with other people. And I'm sure you will recognize, oh, hold a second, here it is. This is where I am being excessively or overly competitive. And we need to learn how to collaborate and work with, as opposed to trying to beat. Okay, so we still have a month. We still have the whole month of December to master this, to figure this out, so that we can move into next year without carrying any additional baggage. We don't want to bring that energy in to next year. We want to leave that energy behind. All right, so I have one more card here for you, Sag, and this card is just a card that's going to describe December. So what is the energy of December? What new energy is December bringing in to help you learn the lessons and to overcome the things that we need to? So December is bringing in Ace of Wands, and here we have a fox. Now, if you ever think of a fox, we immediately think of a sly fox. It's you know, the word fox and sly, they just go hand in hand. But foxes are very smart. They're always a step ahead of everybody else. They're always thinking more than, I mean, just look at those big ears. He is so sharp. He is so alert. He is so aware, but he's also very quick to react and very quick to respond. So the message that's coming through there, December is going to give you new opportunities, all right? But it's not going to be, here 6 weeks notice that this is going to happen. This is going to be instant, sudden, spur of the moment, and you are going to have to react. And the lessons and the opportunities that December is going to bring is going to help you to learn collaboration, working with, and not always being in competition. Okay, so December definitely looks like there are going to be opportunities for you to finish this lesson, to put it aside, to put it behind you, so that you are ready to step into 2023. Sage, I have the other tarot deck here, and I want to use this one now, so I'm just going to give the cards a little bit of a shuffle. What I want from this particular deck now, because I don't have any more questions as such to ask, but now that we know that you still haven't completed the lesson of 2022, and now that you know that you still have a little bit of work to do, I want to know from this particular deck how, okay? What is it that you need to be aware of? How do you process this lesson? How do we clear off this year so that we can step into next year? And anything else that Spirit just feel you need to hear at this time. Okay, so give the cards just another little shuffle, and then we will cut and draw 2 cards that will just tell us how do we navigate the energies in December to take advantage of the opportunity so that we can finish the lessons of 2022 as we need to do. So card number 1, Sag, we have got the 4 of Spells. And card number 2 is the 9 of Visions. Right, so I can put that deck aside because we're done with it. Let's look at the 4 of Spells. So spells in traditional tarot is the 4. So this is the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands is the card of celebration. It's the card of coming together. So you can see all our little fairies and goblins, they're moving towards the fairy circle, and there will be a celebration. There will be some kind of positive activity that's going to take place there, and everybody's going to be there to clap hands, to celebrate, to participate, to engage, to interact, to have a good time. So this is the card of commitment, of ceremony, and of good times had and shared by all, which I think is great. So opportunity for gatherings, for positive gatherings, for get-togethers, for all of those things is what will help you to learn how to work with people and not just be competitive. And then we have the 9 of Visions, which is known as the 9 of Cups in traditional tarot. And here we have a wishing well, and somebody is tossing a coin in. You know what it's like when you toss a coin into the wishing well? If you imagine this from being inside the well, looking out of the well, okay? So here we have the well water, the inside of the wall, and there is the outside of the well. And there is the coin coming in. So it is somebody making a wish. And, you know, generally speaking, it says that if you throw a coin into the wishing well and you make a wish, your wish will be granted. So this is the wishes come true card. I do think, friends, for all of you Sagittarius, that if you just truly embrace what's left of 2022, if you take advantage of situations as they appear, as they come up for you, as they present themselves, and if you learn to work with people and not always try and be the leader, not always be the one that is in control, I do think that you're going to be absolutely fine. So there's no real concern, there's no real worry or struggle around that. I have the next oracle deck that I want to draw, and this is the oracle deck that I am working with today, the Divine Energy Oracle. Beautiful deck. I love this deck. So it looks as if 2022, Sag, has been a difficult, hard year for you. It's not done. You've still got some lessons to go, but I'm confident that you are going to do them. You are going to overcome and work through and become victorious of the everything. 2023, yeah, it looks like it may also be a difficult year, but for different reasons, okay? For different reasons, it's okay. But we are going to spend the year, because remember, we're taking this energy into next year. So you're definitely going to spend 2023 working more closely with people and having more personal experiences. Let's get final confirmation and validation. And Spirit says, you see, exactly, look forward, not backwards. Spirit is saying to you to look forward. So, you know, this is where we started. This is where we started with that pain and that aggression and that anger and that frustration and that That's not the energy that we want to take into the next year. We want to take this energy. And so this is why Spirit is saying, look forward, make your wish. Okay, throw your coin into the wishing well. Cast your wish and know that it's true. Focus on moving forward. Let's not focus on the challenges. Let's not focus on the problems. Let's leave that behind and let's move forward with clarity and with confidence. So Sag, you do have a little bit of work to do in December, but I have full confidence that you're going to be absolutely fine and that you're going to get through it. And as much as the theme is about overcoming pain and discomfort and sorrow in 2023, it's not going to be difficult because you are going to learn how to work with people, which will absolutely lessen that burden and that challenge. And as long as you keep moving forward, you're going to be absolutely fine. So Sag, much love and many blessings. And until we connect again, take care.